welcome to the Deep Cut Fandom podcast. My name is Victor, also known as Cassette Man Studios, and I am here with my co-host.
Robert, aka Shumworld, and today we got some fun stuff to talk about.
All
Usually about
right,
MotU, Transformers, and a lot of movies and video games.
all the good stuff, all that's good in
Yep.
life.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So where are we beginning today?
All right, let's talk about some MotU stuff.
All right.
And first and foremost, we got some on-set photos for the upcoming movie.
Oh, that looks
Yep.
very promising.
Yep. We finally get our first look on Tila.
Yes.
Yes.
Was it
yes.
Camilla Mendez?
Yep, indeed.
The once former Veronica Lodge on Riverside. If you guys watched the Riverside show.
Yeah.
I actually watched it. It wasn't bad.
I want to
used
watch it.
I used to watch I used to read a lot of Archie comics. Just my sister would leave them laying around in the house.
Yes, me. Well, for me, I'm always a big fan of how they try to modernize older properties and try to go for like a darker take when originally it was never meant to be dark.
Yeah, that
So,
was kind of cool.
so it's great to see this costume. Like it looks like an amalgamation of the vintage Tila to some extent, and the
2000X?
80s. Yeah, a little bit of that, and a little bit of the Masters Universe movie.
Yeah.
That was released around late 90s. Was it late
Oh
80s or
no, it was 87.
87? Yeah, late 80s. Because with the pants and the straps and everything.
Yeah.
So I'm liking it.
No, I dig it. I think it looks good. I mean, obviously they weren't gonna try and do it like exactly like the toys and everything, but I think
Right.
this is a good compromise.
Agreed. Like, just take their own, make it their own and stuff. So at first, and I think we never commented on it, but like I gotta give credit to the actress. I mean, she actually dyed her hair for this.
I mean, yeah. That's. I mean, honestly, I think she looks better with like the red hair than the black hair that she had on Riverside.
Indeed.
I mean, she's beautiful regardless, but like
Oh,
I like her better with the redhead. I don't know.
yep. I think it gives so much color. It makes it. There's so much personality. I mean, nothing against brunettes, but maybe it's just her personality shines with red hair.
Uh, sure.
Just thinking out loud.
Yeah, no, I was just like, if you look back at the other picture that we were just on,
Yes.
the dude's face and it's just
Yeah,
like
yeah. I'm not.
hilarious.
There's some sense of implications on it. I'll
Yeah,
leave it at that.
let's try and keep this family friendly, even though we're
Of
not rated for
course.
family friendly. Because
Yes, but there's just some things that I just don't want to cross. So.
yeah, exactly. There's lines we probably shouldn't cross.
Exactly. Yes, but regardless, it's a great set shots. Like I'm still loving the fact that the actor who's playing Prince Adam, that his
Mhm.
shirt is pink.
Yeah. It looks good because like it has that look like the toy in the show without it being just like the toy or show.
Right, they're doing nods. Like I'm always happy with nods.
Yeah.
If they can't give me accurate to what I grew up with, if you just give some, like just little,
Like
little
something similar to a sort of nod to, yeah.
right, or just bring the spirit of why I
Hmm.
like it.
Yeah.
So have him wearing the guy playing Adam wearing a pink shirt. I feel that's like a great nod to the cartoon and stuff.
Yeah.
And I remember that the earlier pictures we got where he kind of did the ha ha ha
Yeah.
face.
Yeah.
So yes, so and look, he's doing some swordplay. I wonder if that's going to be in the movie.
Maybe. You never know.
Yes. Oh, look, a stunt double.
Yeah.
Oh, so it must be a very action-packed scene.
Probably.
So,
Maybe he's gonna get hit by a car. That looks like that's the end of it.
yep. We can make our own stories on it, but yes, I just wanted to bring it up because, like, we're actually, this is like, technically this is the first pictures that we got on what Eternia might look like to some extent. I mean, like clothing of Eternia.
Oh, turning clothing. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
So I'm happy with what we got so far. Like there's not, like, I'm not gonna like go bonkers saying like, oh god, it looks horrible, or
No, I mean, honestly, even though it's not like toy or show accurate, I think it looks good.
yes,
Like I said, I feel like they found a good medium to bring something a little bit more, for lack of a better term, realistic. But
yes,
still kind of like similar to like the toys in the show, without it being exactly like the toys or the show. I think this is a good compromise.
yeah. I'm really loving the boots that they're a different color compared to everything else. Like I was assuming that probably the boots would kind of have like that tone. I mean, if you can see my mouse pointing at
Yeah,
that,
I can see
it
your
was gonna,
cursor.
yeah, like it was gonna, that was there was a part of me that was led to believe if they're gonna make an outfit that there'll be some level of matching. But the fact that the boots are like bright red, and not matching with the leather on the other parts of her costume, like I think that's a great decision they made.
Yeah, yeah, I think it looks good.
Hmm.
I think it looks
So
very good. I think
yeah,
there's
but
some gold there too, like on the shins.
yeah, I don't, I yeah, you're right. At first,
Yeah,
I thought it was like kind of like pads of like. Well, let me rephrase that. Like I thought it was gonna be kind of like leather padding, but now that you're pointing it out, it's actually gold plates.
yeah, which kind of matches the gauntlets, and it
Yeah,
looks like she has some armor on her thighs too.
but speaking of which, now that we're getting a closer look at this, they they found a way to put the straps,
Yeah,
the boot straps.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. It looks great.
yep,
Even without the fur, it looks great.
yep. Oh, she
Yeah,
got
see,
blasted just like the '80s one.
yeah, and then she has like the gold on her bracers. If you look,
Yep, yep. Those little plates.
yep, that's pretty cool.
You know, now that we're talking about the bracers, like I remember one of my favorite things when it came to the cartoon was when she like switched that they're not implied to be advanced technology, but the moment you see her, there's a moment where she like, and then you see a little blaster come
That's
out of her
yeah.
wristband, and then she had a grappling hook underneath this portion her, of her outfit. I'll, I'll laugh my butt off if that happens with this outfit.
Yeah. Oh man, this looks like it's gonna. At least the costumes will look good.
Yep, and the sword, the
Yeah,
sword. Let's not forget about the sword. I mean, this is really a Tila centric page, but that sword's looking great.
yeah.
So overall, I'm excited for this film.
I can't wait till June of next year. I have a feeling this might be good.
Yep,
At
yep,
least okay. Let me rephrase this. I have a feeling like it will look good. Will it actually be good? That's yet to be determined.
yeah. Well,
But I
knowing me,
mean, the way everything looks so far, so good.
yep. I'm sure, regardless of what my issues are with this film, whether either good or bad,
Hmm.
I know deep down I'm going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna have to do something that's gonna make me really despise it. So, and I doubt the anyone be working on this film will want to like disappoint us. I should
Yeah.
say. Like I believe they're not intentionally going to disappoint us.
Yeah. No, I agree. They're doing a lot of the right things.
Yes. All right. So other than that, we got another. This isn't really news per se, but it's just reports from on rumors
Hmm.
on an upcoming subline for Masters of the Universe.
Ah, yes. Are we gonna go
Yes.
visit our old pals at Toy Habits?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. So did it pop up? Nope. One second. After all this time, oh come on. All right. So you see it?
Yeah.
So here's the thing. There's rumors that around spring 2026 we might see a sub line within the Origins line, kind of like how Cartoon Collection and the Thundercats crossing over with MotU.
Right.
we're getting, there's rumors we might get another subline around 2026, all based on the
On
2000X
2009.
series.
That's gonna be cool.
Yes.
I might just have to get some of those.
Yep. Yeah, like I can't like comment enough about how much I enjoy 2000X. I mean,
Oh yeah.
yeah, like, well, let me take a few steps back. 2000X series that Victor and I are talking about. This is based on a cartoon that was released on, what year was it? Like, I know,
2002,
yeah, tech,
2003
yeah,
ish, somewhere
2000s,
thereabouts.
yeah, produced by, I believe the company was NYP,
Mike Young Productions. Yeah.
Mike Young, yeah, Mike Young Productions. And man, I had so much fun watching that show, and I feel horrible that it never continued. So
Yeah. The next season was supposed to have a lot of Snake Man stuff.
Snake Man, well, actually, I actually read the notes on what was planned for
Was it?
2000X.
No, wait. I'm sorry. It was
Hordak, it
Horde
was the
stuff.
Horde.
Yeah, it
Yep,
was Horde stuff. I'm
yeah, the
sorry. My fault.
Horde. The
Yeah.
He-Man was gonna have an armor that was very reminiscent of his battle armor.
Hmm. Okay.
The Battle Cat was gonna look more like Battle Lion.
Nice.
Yep, and there was like all these other stuff they were planning out, but that's neither here nor there. The topic is what was produced in 2000X,
Yeah.
and if and again I really enjoyed their iterations of all the characters. Like if we remember what we talked about before, that there were rumors that we were going to get Triclops and Stratos that were going to be using the Origins body, which is the 5.5 body,
Right.
but they're going to use the details of what they look like in 2000X. So, and I'm so excited for Stratos, especially Stratos. So, here's my question for you, Victor. What would you like to see uh,
Uh, I
produced?
definitely want to see a King Grayskull and Battle Line,
Oh
or at least
yeah.
Battle Line.
Oh boy, that's a tall, that's a big request, since we're mostly going to get figures. But if they do Battle Lion, I would be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, because like right now, like I could use. I could use the. Because I have it. Is the Sorry,
Hmm.
Masterverse Battle Cat.
Yes,
It's big enough to be battle lines. All he really needs is like a new head and I think new head armor
a
and a
saddle,
saddle.
a
Yeah, or
helm.
just overall armor in general.
Yes, yeah, new head that where you can actually have mane, like a mane,
Like a main,
a
exactly.
lion's mane.
Yeah.
But so first
But
off, like, okay, so for my interest, I would like to, other than Stratos, let me see what would be a good like rendition. I would like to see. Hmm. Uh, Damn, I can't believe I forgot his name when I'm thinking about him now. Uh,
Fisto.
Fisto, that's a good one. That's a good one because he had like a very mechanical hand. But
He's on my
from,
list. And he's got like that helm
oh
that kind of like
yeah, like
covers
that
up part of his
Viking
nose.
helmet. Yeah, but
No, because it was just like a
crown of
almost
some sort.
just like a crown. Yeah, like and it just like it covered part of his nose and it was. I thought it was cool. Like
Yeah,
I like Fisto. Fisto's like as a toy, Fisto was one of my favorites.
right.
Um,
Well, for
Dude,
me,
Trapjaw would be amazing.
oh yeah, that's another good one. Like, I would like to see Tila, like, because I really like that interpretation of Tila. You know, with the
Yeah,
ponytail, like she looked like my Shiranui. You know,
yeah. I mean, we kind of get her though with Screech, not Screech. Excuse me, Zor.
mm,
Kind of.
I'm
Yes. No. Maybe.
I'm gonna say it's.
She looks a lot like the 2000X ones. If it's not.
I'm inclined to disagree, but I would
Okay.
say because they got the hairstyle, but not 100%. Like it's mostly like implied, if that's,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
it's not enough for me to say it.
Gotcha.
I will admit. If
Okay.
you acknowledge it, I'm cool with you. But it's just, if you're asking me, I don't think she looks 2000 XE enough.
I
So
mean, I think she looks 2000 XE enough. Well, ish,
it's just the
ish.
head because she was using the Origins body.
But I mean, like a lot of those characters, they were like they weren't really like heavily, not heavily, but like a lot of characters, there isn't really that much of a difference. There are some differences, like with certain characters,
Right.
like say Trapjaw or even Stratos.
Hmm.
But and aside from like changing shorts, like a lot of characters really didn't change that much.
I can see it to some extent. I think the He-Man was a good example of what you're describing.
Yeah.
But for me, maybe because I was such a huge fan of the design of Tila from 2000X,
Hmm.
that because let me bring up a picture of her. So
Wait,
at
wait.
least
Before you go away from this He-Man,
yes.
I just gotta say that is the worst 2000X head ever.
Mm,
If
I'm
you
okay
guys
with
if
it.
you guys don't like that head and you agree with me, give me a thumbs up in the comments. And also, I suggest going to Barbarossa Customs and getting yourself a 2000X He-Man head because he has them, and that's what I have on my custom. My custom.
Right, right. Well, okay. So I'm going to the screen just to show you some shots of Tila, so you can get just so for our viewers can like get an idea where I'm coming from on
Right.
Tila. So the thing is, like, can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so like I kind of like the shoulder pads she has, and like that she has like a little bit of teal on her costume, and
Yeah.
not only that, but if you look at her, like this is a bad picture, but like here's a good picture, I guess. Like like if you look, she's got like these details on her boots and a skirt and stuff. Well, actually, oh,
Yeah.
you know what? That's a kid bash.
That's a custom. Yeah.
Yeah, my bad, my bad. Let me
That's an
see.
Origins figure. I could
Right.
tell it was an Origins figure.
Yes, there you go. Okay, so
That's kind of small, but okay.
I know this. Oh, God, I know I was ill prepared for this, but
How about that one right there?
this one right here,
Yeah.
I think that's the exact one, but
Oh. Oh. Yeah. Sorry.
no. Oh well, actually, this is a better picture. So like, yeah, so the 2000X version, she has like these shoulder pads, and she had like these knee pads,
Yeah, I
as well
see
as a
that.
skirt. And not only that, but she had a lot of hair, like so much
Yeah.
hair and stuff. Like,
Yeah. I mean, she has. I feel like she has way more hair in that picture where she's in from the show than the
yes,
figure that you're showing right now. You know, like her
I
hair is fuller. That one. Yeah.
yeah, like it's, but yeah, this is the details that I would like to see
Yeah.
it for a 2000 an actual 2000X Tila.
Hmm.
So I'm hoping that we see her in that line,
Yeah.
and let's see, like
A more
another,
accurate one.
yes, a more accurate one. Like
Yeah.
I would say another character would be uh ah yes, damn it, Buzz Off, and and so let me just see if I can find a Buzz Off picture so people can like Buzz Off, because like I love how how skinny and like how more insect like he was in
Yeah.
2000X. So like yeah, so look at that, man, insect like. And I think another character. Now that I can't believe I forgot his name, which makes the one who could turn to a tornado.
Cyclone.
Yeah, Cyclone. Like I really like 2000X Cyclone. It's like
Yeah, I mean they kind of paid homage to him though, in with the Origins release. I
they
don't know if you
did.
know that.
Oh yes, I believe I agree with the red blade or whatever you can call that
Yeah,
weapon. But
I
let's
don't
see.
even sure. I'm not even sure if it was a weapon, but I know it's definitely like something from like the
It's,
2000X
it's
version.
almost like a crescent axe of some sort because you. But the reason why I like this version because he looks so much like a samurai.
Yeah, they definitely played up that aspect.
Yeah, so let's see if I could get that shot there.
I feel like that kind of also affects how he was portrayed on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you think about it, he was never really portrayed in the Filmation series.
Did he show up in the Filmation series?
I don't think so.
Yeah, like, what? In any case, like, but again, like in 2000X, I really like his portrayal.
Yeah, yeah,
So I mean, he looks like a samurai. They acknowledge that he's part of Skeletor's race.
yeah. He's a Gar.
Yep. And now that I'm thinking about it, I think another character I personally would like to see, and I can't believe it just completely escaped my mind while we were talking about it. Oh yes, the samurai versions of Skeletor and He-Man.
Oh yeah, I remember those figures.
Yeah,
Those
let's
are
see
kind
it.
of cool.
Samurai. Let me go with He-Man first. I was kind of hoping we'd see them in the Turtles X, the Turtles of Grayskull line.
Yeah, yeah. Those are kind of cool.
Yeah,
And I like that he has kind of like the stilts.
yeah. That's the thing I want to bring up about the stilts from the 2000X Samurai He-Man is
Mm-hmm.
what does that have to do with being a samurai?
Nothing, but they look cool anyway.
Yeah, and I remember when they were used, it was like they gave them the ability to hop really high. It's almost like the equivalent of the movie, the Mario Brothers movie, the live action one we got way back with those.
Yeah.
They had like kind of like an
springs?
extension using.
Yeah.
It wasn't really springs, but it was like more like a pump of like I don't know, it was like a
Right.
weird framing system that makes it jump higher.
Yeah.
That's all I can think about when it comes to these stilts.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, because you know they're gonna have a He-Man in this 2000X subline. So like,
Yeah.
they already did Snake Armor He-Man and the actual 2000X He-Man, which you commented on
Right.
not too long ago.
Right.
So they,
You know what I want to see also though?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing is that what is it? The Ice Armor He-Man?
Oh yeah, that was a great He-Man. Let me see if I can Google that. But Snow Ice Armor He-Man. Let's see, Ice Armor He-Man. There you go.
Yeah. He's cool.
Yep, it's great for
He-
role playing.
Yeah, and he also looks like way more barbarian like.
Agreed. Let's see if I can get a better shot. Okay, that's a better shot. Yep.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one.
But
Yeah.
but
Well,
you
it's
know-
also customized.
oh, my mistake.
Here,
Trying to look-
I got it.
Okay, wait, I found one. Is that good enough?
Yeah,
Darn it.
kind of ish.
Yeah, there. How about that?
Yeah.
Though, as much as I like the Ice Armor He-Man, and he actually used this when it came to like colder regions of Eternia, how much does it keep him warm since he's not even wearing a shirt and shorts?
I know, right?
You know?
Yeah, but like I like that he has like those chunks of ice like on his shoulder pad.
Yep.
I don't know, something about it just looks cool to me.
Oh,
Oh shit!
I
Somebody looks like
agree.
somebody did a custom there.
You would like? Why don't
On
you
the
show the
lower
custom?
left.
Lower left. Okay, let me zoom out so I can like see.
Oh,
Sorry.
I lost it.
Sorry.
I think you passed it. It looked like it was in some sort of banner.
Yeah, I think I remember glimpsing on it. My bad.
There
you
it goes.
go.
There it
Yeah.
goes.
Yep. That's
Yeah,
not bad.
that's not. Oh, and he used Ultimate Warrior parts too.
Mhm,
Nice.
mhm. Right, because
Yeah.
he has the furry cape. He comes with a
The
furry cape
yeah,
and stuff,
yeah.
and he kind of used the tassel boots to create
Mhm.
the woolly boots and stuff.
Yeah, that looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
I dig
So
it.
it might look like this. It might. So,
Yeah.
but yeah. So
Needs
in
a new
any
head,
case,
but yeah.
I feel I can go on all day with this, man.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
is there anything else you want to comment on before we move on to other content? But yeah,
No, because
I shared a good chunk of what I would like to see. That would be kind
yeah,
of cool with those.
I mean it. Clawful's another one that I felt like really changed a lot from like the
Yeah,
original
yeah,
series to like 2000X.
yeah. He was a beast in 2000X.
Yeah, yeah. And Whiplash too was pretty cool also in
Yep,
2000X.
Whiplash. Yeah,
Like all those monstrous guys, like oh dude, freaking Web Store.
yeah. Oh, dude, that guy was a beast.
They all are.
I mean, well, let me
Yeah,
rephrase that. Like he was
they look
creepy.
great.
He was
Yeah,
creepy AF. That's what I meant to say.
yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. But yeah, other than that, I think I'm tapped out on that.
Right.
But also shout out to whoever did that Ice Armor He-Man. That's pretty cool.
Let me see if I can go double check on that dude. Let me see if his YouTube channel is up there. Nope, can't see it. I'm sorry, I don't want to look. So, but yeah, man, good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, just if you guys wanna out there, if you guys out there wanna like figure out who did this, just type in that title there that's listed for
Right.
the YouTube video.
And for anybody watching who remembers 2000X, feel free to chime in with your thoughts on what this subline could possibly make.
Yeah, I just realized we do have another 2000X figure.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
King
Skeletor,
Randor.
right? Oh right. Yeah. You think they might have been? Granted, it's been a while, but you feel like they kind of create those characters to test the waters.
It's possible.
Hmm.
It's possible. Though what I'm really waiting for is New Adventures He-Man.
I was just thinking about that. I was
Because
just
a
thinking.
lot of people don't like it. I think it's an okay show. Um, it's not, but
It is something to look back fondly.
yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. It has some decent characters, and it's a small selection of characters. So like, even if they have to make new tooling, there's not a lot of new tooling to do.
I think there's a pocket of characters I would love to see in the Origins line when it comes to new adventures.
Yeah.
And there's, believe it or not, there's what I've always wanted to talk to you about that. What like if the cartoon collection expanded beyond the 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 Mike Young production. No, the my
Yeah,
mistake.
you had it right.
Yeah, that expanded beyond the classic cartoon and
Oh,
just focus
Filmation.
on
Yeah.
Filmation and focus on new adventures. Like one of the characters I want to I would love to see as a new adventure subline would
Hmm.
be Optic.
Yeah, because you
The,
love
the
Optic.
eyeball. Yes, I love the Optic. It's just a giant eyeball. It's
Yeah,
like
I mean, didn't you make a custom of them?
no,
Or
I
are you
didn't.
working on it?
I want to.
Yeah. Okay. So
Well,
you're in the planning stages. Because I know you have you have mentioned wanting to do him before.
yes, I have. I even commented. I even was talking to. My apologies for not remembering her name, but the girl in Museum of Nostalgia.
Oh, Phoebe.
Yeah, Phoebe. I was talking to her about it, and I was like saying,
Okay.
"Hey, you have an eyeball, giant eyeball," and then the thing, and she actually walked me around the store to see if we could find an eyeball. So that's just my whole story about how much I want to see a giant eyeball character in
Yeah.
any as any figure in general.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Optic. That's someone I would love to see in the Origins 5.5 line.
Yeah. Yeah. Optic's pretty cool. I like Slushhead because he's got that watery dome.
Yep,
Um,
yep.
but I wouldn't mind seeing Flip Shot or Hydron also.
Or Sagittar.
Ooh, yeah. But he'd have to be like, at the very least, he'd have to be a deluxe figure.
Well, now that you mentioned it, we do. If you remember when they released Hero,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where it is, but I remember in either his production, his packaging art, or in the comic book or something that there's a forearm
right.
there's a forearm minotaur in that shot, and
Yeah,
Mattel, they don't waste space for something like that.
I
So
see where you're going with
you see
that.
what I'm
Yeah,
going at? Because like
yeah, 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 yeah.
because Sagittar, he's a forearm character. So the Minotaur is a forearm character, and if they're putting that much time to focus on that character,
Yeah,
and
all
not
they
just
have to do is like retool some new hands or forearms.
right, well, how to describe it? Like they got plenty of hands, so
Sure, sure. Let's go with
they,
that.
they can like what's the classic term when it comes to MotU? Clever reuse of parts.
Yes.
So, but I'm just saying, Mattel doesn't waste their space when it comes to
No.
like promoting, like putting. Why did they put a Minotaur there? A forearm Minotaur at that.
Well, yeah, because they carefully plan out, what molds will be used for what figures, and that I applaud them for that because I mean
It's good
it
business,
it's good business, but it takes a good deal of planning and strategizing
right?
to get that done, like in a sequence that makes sense
Right,
financially for them.
and hope they can make a profit out of it. I mean,
Well, yeah, that's
the hope.
always
So,
yeah.
so like if they create that Minotaur, people are gonna buy it just because it's new, and just the interest of a new character, like you always keep bringing up when it comes to products in general, and then all of a sudden, maybe a year or two later, maybe shorter in my opinion, but hopefully, maybe they might release Sagittar.
Maybe, who knows? Time will tell.
Yeah, but I'll say this: if we do get the Minotaur, if if they design it in a way where he's a forearm Minotaur, right? But then he can have like a Centaur mode. The moment we see him have a Centaur mode, everyone's gonna say, "Yep, Sagittar."
Yeah, yeah, for sure,
Yes,
for
yes,
sure.
man, Sagittar. Let me bring up pictures of Sagittar now that we're talking about it, because just I know it's a horrible. Oh, I know the toy looks really bad, but it's just there's
Dude, I own the toy.
yes.
Ugh.
Let's see. All right. Oh, my mistake. Let me go back. Let me close these windows so I can be a little more organized. So, okay. New adventures Sagittar. Nope. Hold on. There you go. Let me
Yeah.
see. There's not that many pictures, surprisingly.
Uh, Here, let me.
Yes, I appreciate that.
Oh wait, damn it! I accidentally
Let me
closed it.
close. Let me close my. I'm sorry, dude. I'm having too much fun talking about MotU.
Yeah.
Let me close that.
Why is it like this?
I can't even close my windows.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Let me close that.
Anyway,
Yeah. Is that my apologies, Vic? Let's see. Let me just close.
I'm gonna have to cut this out.
Yep.
There we go.
You got
So
it?
yeah, Sagittarius. Yeah,
All right. Good find.
yeah. But yeah, he's this crazy like
Forearm character that can turn to a.
quadra biped character.
Yep.
Yeah,
Centaur mode, pretty much. He
yeah,
captured my
yeah.
imagination when I saw him when we were like teenagers.
Really,
Yeah. He has like a quad. Yeah, like a. Yeah, a
he does.
forearm mode.
He's got two chests. I just realized that.
Yep. Yep. Well, mostly he's got like. I don't. I'll just say he's got a lot of abs. That's just the way I look at it.
Yeah, but oh, okay. Yeah, even in the show, he's got like
Yep, a buttload of abs. Avatar. but yeah, like if they make a new adventure subline, Sagittar is my vote.
Yeah. I mean, there's just not a lot of figures in the line, but I mean, there's figures as you can see in this picture here.
Right.
I mean, if anything, like I feel like New Adventures would be sort of like a subline the way Sunman was a subline. Hopefully, the releases are a little bit easier to get.
Mm-hmm. On a
'Cause you got
speculated line that there's no proof. It's just wishful thinking we're throwing out to the ether.
yeah, who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it will happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sagittarius is definitely one of those characters where like, yeah, I get him.
Yeah, Sagittar, like I said, Optic. Trying to think who's another character. Strangely, the what's his name? Hydro something?
Hydron?
Hydron, yeah. I kind of like him because he has like that bubble helmet thing going with him.
Yeah. Oh, Tuscador is another one.
Yeah, Tuscador. Completely forgot about him.
Yeah. I mean,
Tuscador.
there's some really interesting characters in the new Adventure
Right.
series.
Agreed. So, anyways, so now let me check my notes. I mean, there's. So what time is it now? Completely forgot to look at the clock.
We're about 40 minutes in.
We're 40 minutes in. Let's see. Just see. Yeah. So you want to talk about Robo Force, and then after that we can go on break.
Talk about Robo Force. I always want to talk about Robo Force. Robo Force is
Yes.
great.
Yeah, exactly. But since we already covered a good chunk of yeah, for anyone interested, we actually have a video where we talked about Robo Force, and so just check our library, or if we can have a pop up, we can actually have the link show up like around or on wherever my finger is pointing out or something to that effect.
It should be somewhere over, yeah, in that corner,
Yes.
over by
But
Rob's screen, but in
yes,
that corner.
but yeah. So, but one of the things that caught my eye about Robo Force was there was a stinger in the end of the
That's right.
show, and it hinted upon uh, other other shows,
Of the shows, yeah.
other shows that will lead up
I mean,
to.
they also showed at the beginning, really, but
Oh yes, when it comes to like that
and also,
intro.
I don't know if you noticed Garlu, that little green guy,
Yep,
right next to the Power Lord.
yep. Right, this
He
guy
has a
right here.
talk show. Yeah,
Yes, he had
he
a
has a
talk
talk
show.
show. He has
Yep.
a talk show. There's ads for his show, like some sort of anniversary show, in the series of
Yes,
RoboForce.
I remember, and that funny you should mention that. I completely forgot about it. I actually have the comics right here, but while I'm talking, like there's so like I actually have one of the comic books where because I read the whole series, so like
Right.
it's and the cool thing was that in RoboForce, if you keep your eyes open, you'll see aliens, like you'll see cow people
Yeah.
and mice people and insect like people in
Yeah.
the background. So I thought that was
Well,
like a nice nod.
yeah, because like that female that was Hundred's boss in the
Yep,
series. She
yep,
was a Sectar.
yep. She was a Sectar alien. She reminds me of Baroness from
Yeah,
the
she kind of
80s G.I. Joe
does.
cartoon.
Yeah.
She had like an accent and she was like
Yeah.
very like
Even just
seductive.
yeah, just her whole look was very, very Baroness, but with like in a business suit that was a Sectar, which was
Right, with the
an
Sectar antennas and stuff.
interesting combination to say the
Yes,
very least.
but yeah, like the show. So yeah, like the when it comes to RoboForce, it's part of an expanded universe where other licensed toys from 80s/90s join together, and the
Yeah.
next. So and I'm really excited for this because the way I look at what Nacelle's trying to do, it makes me think about way back when we were kids, and I had a huge box of all these toys, and like even though Transformers is my thing, when I was growing up, I had a box where it just had everything in it, a toy
Yeah.
chest, and
Yeah.
and there are times when I would just grab all this stuff and just play them all together, not really care about
Yeah.
splitting it all up to like these little subgroups. Like I would have like my He-Mans hanging out, with my Transformers, my GI Joes, even though their scales are so off. But
Yeah.
I just had fun having them all interact. So I kind of look at this what Nacelle is doing with these licenses. I kind of look at this like an animated version of what I did when I was a kid.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, a lot of kids did that, myself included. Um, Despite the fact that I really am kind of snobbish about size and scale for
Right,
figures,
right.
but
That's something the adult me is really into too. So,
yeah.
but yeah, like so the next. Let me see if I can see the lineup. So right now we already got Robo Force, and the next show is going to be Biker Mice from Mars. And I don't know about you, Victor, but I've never been a fan of Biker Mice, but I respect the the following it has. So
I mean, I never really watched it either. I mean, I always thought it was just okay. Like, okay, it's like another Turtles thing.
right,
I mean, we've had Street Sharks and so many other shows, and even more in the comics, that were like imitators or
yes,
homages to Turtles. So, I mean, what's one more IP, It's like, it's cool.
right.
It's not like, it's like Turtles, but not because they're mice from Mars,
Yeah, they do their own thing.
you know?
So, but it is inspired by the turtles. So,
Yeah,
but
totally.
again, like I said, I can't deny its popularity. So,
Yeah, definitely
whatever
has a
they do
following.
with it, I'm hoping it's successful as much. I hope it's just as fun as RoboForce was. But for me, Sectars, that's the one I'm excited for.
Yeah, me too. Like
Yes,
Sectors, and even more so.
yes, I got
I
the
hate to
comics and
say it.
everything. Yeah,
Yeah, I got those too. Those are great.
yep, yep.
But Power Lords is even the one thing I want to see even more than Sectars.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
The
I haven't gotten
downside.
those.
Yeah, but here's the downside. It's all the way in the end. And there's okay,
I
let me
know.
rephrase that. There's an upside to it and a downside to this. Is for starters, it's the downside is we gotta wait for Sectars, Cowboys of Moo Mesa and the Great Garloo show to come before we
Yeah,
get
I mean,
Power Lords. That's the only downside. But the upside is that this is kind of like the Avengers movie,
I
the
guess because yeah, it
equivalent where
looks like
they're all going to team up in this. So
yeah, which I don't know. It makes me a little skeptical because like if it's gonna have all these other series within Power Lords, like all these other characters from other shows, like
yes, will it have
how
its
much
own
are they going to
identity?
focus on Power Lords?
Yes,
And
I
that
know what you're
worries
saying.
me.
Yeah, that worries me too. But at the same time, like I'm still excited for whatever they have planned. So
Yeah, I mean, and just going back a little bit, like I'm actually looking forward to seeing Cowboys of Moo Mesa. I like that show. Like I like the original show. I really want to see how this one comes out.
hmm
I only have like two figures. Actually, I think it might be a double even.
yes,
But I like Cowboys of Moo Mesa. Like they're cool little figures. They're like big chunky meatball cowboys.
the fact that
Um,
they're actually cows, boys.
yeah, yeah,
Okay, for anyone who doesn't know about Cowboys of Moo Mesa, the whole premise is it's a western, but everybody is an animal, and the animals that the cowboys are just happen to be cows.
yeah. They're all cows.
Yes,
It's a really cool series, though.
yes,
Like I mean, I know not a lot of people like westerns.
yes.
My grandfather liked westerns though, so I
hmm
kind of like, but kind of like through osmosis, I kind of like westerns also.
Right.
Um, so yeah, like Cowboys is really cool to me. But also Cowboys came out at that time when like I was more into just comics and girls. So
Right. It's a nice theme and stuff. So, and
yeah,
I
and
like the
they've
fact
actually had a couple of crossovers with Turtles too, which is really cool.
like comic books.
Yeah,
Sweet, sweet.
yeah.
But
So
I
they're
like
like Turtles adjacent.
yeah, of course they were inspired by turtles as well. And
I think the creator used to work for Mirage Studios.
mm, mm. So, but the other thing I kind of liked about the Cowboys and Moo Mesa is that the C, it's not Cowboys, it's COW as an acronym for Code of the West.
Yeah, Code of the West, which is like the code that they live by.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool.
So, but yeah, regardless of my opinions of Biker Mice and Cowboys and Moo Mesa, I do wish success for it, and because success for all these shows will mean that this idea works, and
Yeah.
and if it works, then we might see other shows that we
Well,
remember.
I
We
mean,
think back in the '80s and stuff, like maybe Silverhawks or Tiger Sharks.
dude, we almost had that, right?
I know we did. I know. I'm crying over that. The Thundercat show. Sorry for cutting you off.
Yeah.
It's just I get
2000.
heated
No,
up.
no, no. You're good. You're good. But yeah, the 2012 series was just no, not 2012. That's Turtles that was in 2012.
Right.
But yeah,
It
2000
happened around the
something.
same time to the
As
2000X. MotU
right.
2000X came out, and it tanked. I mean, let me see. It canceled
No,
before things could get good.
yeah, it got canceled, which is unfortunate because toy sales were not good apparently.
Right. Yes.
I mean, that's why you have a show, right? To push
Right.
toys, and if the toys don't sell, and
Yes.
show gets canceled, which is unfortunate because I don't have all the toys, but I have most of the toys. Like I don't have the Tower of Omens
Right.
and some of the stuff that came out like later towards the end of the line for the toys.
Mm-hmm.
For obvious reasons because they probably didn't make a lot and
Yes.
didn't get distributed very well. But dude, like, so they had like a 6-inch line and a 4-inch line,
Right.
and like 4-inch or 3 3/4 inch. That's my jam right there. So like, I got all the figures, and I got most of the vehicles and playsets. Well, no, there was only one playset, but I didn't get it.
Let me just
It was a really cool line. Like I really enjoyed it. And it's a shame that it got canceled.
Yes. So
There were some minor issues with it, like the pegs that hold the limbs together were like usually like different colors and things
Right.
like that. Like it was really apparent on the shoulders. But like other than that though, like they were really solid toys, and they had this gimmick where like they had like magnets on their back, and they would activate certain things like on the vehicles.
Yep, that was the thing.
It was a really cool line. Like I really enjoyed it. I wish it got further along.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the Thundercats show, and I think I sent you the notes on because like I actually read the notes on what they had planned if the show continued.
Yeah,
and it's heartbreaking in itself because like they did a lot of stuff that the way they planned it out was like I kept saying to myself, man, I wanted to see this. Like
yeah, me too.
Like I'll just give you a hint on one of the things that because like I'm all about shipping and good shipping. I want to make that clear. What
kind of shipping is there?
Well,
there's bad shipping. But
yes, bad shipping. But I mean, like seeing certain characters, I want to see them end up together, kind of like Tila and He-Man. So like when it came to Lion-O, to a degree, I kind of wanted to see him end up with one of the girl from the that brother and sister duo, Wily Kit and Wily Cat.
Right.
I can't tell the name of who.
I still to this day, like over 40 years later, still don't know either.
Yeah, so let's just say Wily Kit for now.
I think it's. Oh, you know what?
Let's just check, just to be politically correct. So.
Well, just to be correct.
Yes, really. Yes.
I think it's Wily Cat, though.
All right. And for some reason, my computer's freezing.
So. Oh, no. You were right. It's Kit.
Okay, Wily Kit. Yeah. So the thing was, I kind of wanted to see Wily Kit end up with Lion-O, but the problem is with that whole time capsule crap that he had an adult body. Even though his mind is still a preteen, I guess.
Yeah.
So, and there was a part of me that kind of wanted to see them end up together. And I remember reading a comic book, I believe Devil's 2 produced it. It was an indie comic company way back a while ago. They actually had the license to Thundercats, and they did a Thundercats series, and they kind of did the whole time jumps thing. But
I think that was Wildstorm.
Yeah, my mistake, Wildstorm. But anyways, I remember they kind of did like a time skip where everybody aged except Lion-O.
Right.
And because of that, Wily Kit and Lionel were their ages were close enough to a point where I just kept thinking about the possibility of them ending up together and stuff.
Right.
So the reason why I'm bringing that up is because that's part of the notes they made for the 2000 series of Thundercats. They
Yeah.
said that eventually the story is going to build up where something happens to Wily Kit and they become close in age, where something could happen, where they were potentially gonna like pair them together.
Okay. 2011.
2011. But in any case, yeah. So like, man, that's another what if. But I mean, what could have been for Thundercats?
Yeah. Sorry, Cat was just being a brat.
Right, right. So, but
Don't
in
look at
any
me
case,
like that. Sorry, I was talking to the cat.
of course, of course. So, but yeah, the Nacelleverse, I'm excited for it. Like, I wish nothing for success, and it's just the downside is we gotta wait for this stuff. So, like,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna be like if this is good. If this is like an annual list?
I hope not.
I know. I don't want to wait like 5 years, 5 or 6 years for Power Lords. That's the one I'm really excited for because
Yeah, and
that
honestly,
stuff is so
I want to see Barnyard
bizarre.
Commandos too.
Yeah, I kind of want to see Barnyard Commandos too, as well.
I mean,
That's just
it,
such a
it was a silly series when they first came out, but the toys were pretty cool,
yeah. My
despite
favorite,
just being squeaky toys.
yes, my favorite was the jet.
The sheep jet, I
Yeah,
had
the sheep
that.
jet. Yeah,
I think I still have the jet part, just not the sheep.
right. It's like a transformer, but not.
Yeah, it's a pretender beast. Yeah, that's what it is, a pretender beast.
Sure, let's go with that. But yeah, overall, I had a blast with Robo Force,
Yeah,
and if Biker Mice has this is shares the same qualities of what Robo Force had, it's probably be good. But yes, Sectars for me, Sectars and Power Lords is the one I'm super excited for.
yeah, me too. I'm a little bit more excited for Power Lords though,
I am
and like
too. I am
I
too.
honestly like I want to see everything. With my least interest in the Great Garloo, but it's not like I don't want to see it. It's just it's a property that I have no connection to because, like, it's a boomer property.
Yeah, it's like the
You know, like
40s, right?
uh, no, I think it's like 50s, 60s.
Right.
Because a friend of mine, oh, you know my friend Chris. You don't know him personally, but
Right.
you guys, I know you guys have talked online before.
Yes.
His father-in-law
Hmm.
played with Great Garloo when he was a kid.
Yes.
So it was like 50s, 60s, something like that. I think closer to 60s. Might have been late 50s.
Right. Right. Right.
Um, actually, I'm thinking 60s. Either way, like that's obviously something I don't have a connection to, and like nobody I know except for my friend's father-in-law has ever played with a Great Garloo
Right.
because it was a toy. It was like
Yes.
this big giant,
Yeah, like
kind of like a Shogun
remote
Warrior
control,
type.
remote control
I
kind of
think
thing,
so.
where it's like
Yeah,
motorized
yeah,
legs. I mean, well,
yeah.
not motorized legs.
Is
It has like wheels under his feet that
No, I think it was
motorized.
motorized. It was either motorized, like, and it was wired to
Yes.
a remote control,
Yep.
or it might have been like a wind up thing. I don't know exactly. I never really looked much further into
I've
it.
seen the commercial once, but that was a
Yeah,
long time ago. I
yeah,
remember seeing that he had like hands like this, and he was
hmm
moving by himself and stuff. So and
right,
of course during that time that was a big deal.
yeah, yeah.
So, but here's my thoughts on the Great Garloo. There's a part of me that since Brian, I'm gonna keep butchering his name.
Volkswagen,
Volk,
like
Volkwei,
Volkswagen.
Volksweiss. Yes, the guy who's producing all this stuff. I feel that he knows that his audience doesn't know Great Garloo that well. So
Yeah,
something tells me he's gonna try his best to make this character interesting, regardless of our of how much we're invested.
yeah,
So, so like chances are, from my perspective, it might be a sleeper hit.
might be. I mean, Robo Force is definitely Like Robo Force is really good, but also Robo Force is not like the only thing that Robo Force has in common with the original '80s show is Robo Force themselves, and even then they got upgraded to the '89 versions because
Right.
everything from the '80s is based on the '64 versions in this
Yeah.
Robo Force.
Because they actually, I thought it was kind of cool that they at least had some. They acknowledged the original designs from the '80s.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Though it's a little confusing to me because like
Hmm.
they're the '64 versions
Right.
and the newer ones are the '89 versions, but like RoboForce is from the '80s, so like
Yeah.
like the '80s, '89. It
Hmm.
kind of gets a little jumbled in my head, but
Yeah, I
somehow I
get it.
managed to keep it straight.
Yeah, there's a part of you that wants to connect it to what they originally are to some
Right,
extent. So
right.
I see where you're coming from, but in any case, it was a fun show. So
It is a fun show, not it
yes,
was.
I might have to watch it again just for the heck of it.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Yeah, there's a song. The song we talked about this song. Like
I don't want to talk about the song.
I know, but it was a good. It was fun. I'll admit. So
Yeah,
so eh,
it is informative.
yes. So all right. So
We're
let's
gonna
take
take
a
a break.
break. Yes.
Yeah.
So uh, anyone who's still watching, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. We, if you're, if you're still listening, we appreciate it. It'll help us, get this channel out because Victor and I, we're having so much fun just talking about it, and we would love to just hear what other people have to think about
Yep.
about the stuff we just talked about. So feel free to uh, comment on comment on your thoughts of everything we covered, like MotU, Transformers, and RoboForce, and all these other great '80s properties that
That's
Yep.
right.
Yep. So, all right. So we'll be right back, right, Vic?
That's right.
We now return with Robo Force.
And we're back.
So, here's some stuff we've been meaning to talk about, which is we're getting a lot of TV shows and movies, and
Right.
one of the things that's catching, like the thing is, when it comes to all these things, like I really enjoy the Alien movies, and
Yeah.
and I want to touch on one of them was that I felt like the last movie we got, Romulus, Alien Romulus, it was a really
Yeah.
good movie, in my opinion. And
Unfortunately, I have not seen it, but I'll take your word for it.
yes, I'm sure you'll enjoy it. But it seems
Yeah.
like ever, it seems like that the company that produced it, that they're working on a TV series that's gonna be streaming on, I think, FX, and
Okay.
and and the thing is, I got some screen captures of the trailer. So
Oh, right. Because sorry, I have to interject here, Rob,
mhm.
but uh, if any of you guys have noticed, we did a couple of trailer watches, and unfortunately, those initial reactions to the trailers, with the trailers themselves playing as we were watching it, had to get edited out because we got copyright claims on those. So the episodes that had those claims are now about 2 to 3 minutes shorter, but we still talk about it afterwards.
Right,
So unfortunately, we can't watch the trailer as and talk about it as the trailer plays, but we can still talk about them.
right, but
Hence the screen caps.
there's always an opportunity. So we figured we'll just talk about the screen caps,
Right.
and just share our thoughts on it. So okay, but thank you for that bringing that up. So here we go. So there's not that much we could talk about because the, at the moment, the it's a teaser, and they didn't show that
Right.
much. So, but they did show, let's see, yeah, what they did show was that you see these canisters here.
Yeah.
From what I gathered, based on some details, I could be wrong, but I the series is based on these specimens, and I can only imagine that these specimens are all very different species of xenomorphs or face
Right.
huggers or anything to do with that. So
Well, I mean, there's one on the lower left that looks like it's like more like a face hugger.
this one right here,
No, the other one.
this one.
The
Oh,
other
this
left.
yes here.
Yes, that
Yes,
one.
yes. It could be. So pure speculation on this.
Yeah, of course.
So my guess is either one or two things, that this is going to be a series that's going to where it's all one story and they're going to be dealing with these specimens.
Yeah.
The other idea, I'm again just pure speculation, that maybe this is some kind of anthology series and each episode is based on these specimens.
Could be.
Right.
Honestly, from what you're telling me, this is what I'm hoping it is.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that some of those facehuggers make it to Earth. After all, it's called Alien Earth.
Yes. You just go back to the title.
And they infect, like, I don't know, say a bull or a gorilla.
I see where you're getting there.
Yeah. Let's get, let's make those Kenner figures canon.
Yeah.
To the movie series,
Yes, let's. I'm up for anything now. I just hope it's good. That's all I ask.
Well, it's got Timothy Oliphant from what I can see from your screenshot there,
right.
So, I mean, he's a good actor. So, I can't... I have a feeling it's going to be good.
Right. But crossing our fingers.
He usually picks good stuff to work in.
So again, I always stay optimistic when it comes to these new upcoming projects, because you never know, you might turn out great. So that's one.
It's really short too, from what it looks like. I mean, it's a teaser, so
yes, exactly.
30 seconds.
So that's one project that's on the way. So give me a second. Okay, so let me just shut this off. It's not shutting off. So give me a second. Are we back?
Yes.
All right. So the next trailer I want to bring up, and again, only screen captures. It's another teaser. And it's something you brought to my attention, and I'm still beside myself on it.
I know what you're talking about.
It's the upcoming
Supernova.
Godzilla.
That's right.
So there was not much to talk about as far as the trailer was. Like, I only captured this shot, which is talk about Monarch and the alert of a new emergency of a new upcoming kaiju that's coming up, and the title itself. So that's all we have to talk. So what do you get out of this title?
Honestly, I feel like maybe it's a Space Godzilla type.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. So
maybe I don't know. I could be wrong. I mean,
that's what I'm thinking.
What do I know?
Yeah, because when you think of the word, first off, I'm still confused on the idea of calling it Supernova. It sounds objectively, it just sounds a little too campy to call it Supernova.
It kind of does.
So that's why it was
But we have so little to go on.
Exactly. That's like, I was hoping for like a badass title, like, Annihilate All Monsters or something like that, or something to that effect. But regardless, when I hear the term Supernova, I'm thinking it might be space, something to do with outer space. So we might see, because like it seems like based on the last movie we got with Godzilla, which was King of the Monsters, right? The one where he fought Ghidorah.
Oh wait,
King Ghidorah.
Toho or
the Legendary series, the
from Legendary Films?
Yeah, the Legendary. No. What was it called? King of the Monsters?
The last one we got? No,
I'm talking about Godzilla. It was just a
Godzilla.
Yes, Godzilla-centric episode. Movie.
Yeah, I think it was King of the Monsters.
Yes. So when it came to that movie, it seemed like they really were focusing on space aliens, because they actually do acknowledge that King Ghidorah is a space alien. So maybe we might get more aliens, and since we haven't gone back to the alien thing, maybe we might see some more space aliens like Gaiden. Oh, Gaiden! That would be
Gigan.
Yeah. I was just thinking about that. Like, man, that'd be so cool if we see like a legendary version of Gaiden.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah, like I'm more excited
Cool.
for Gaiden than I am for Space Godzilla. But
You guys.
yeah, the Monster Island Buddies show.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. For anybody who's interested on Godzilla, there's this great YouTube channel called Monster Island Buddies where it's a series where the guy's actually the guy who created the series. He just pretty much has his final Godzilla toys talking as if they're there. Like so, it's kind of like that whole idea of like, hey, what's going on here? Oh, I don't know. What are you guys dealing with? Oh, crap like that. But
Yeah.
the way he produced Gigan just cracked me up. He's like, hey, how's going on, you guys? What are we up to? You guys, come on. What we can do?
Yeah.
Like, oh man, but that's a great show. Like, I highly recommend for anybody who's a fan of Godzilla and all the monsters. Who just wants to have a sense of humor. It's just so
Yeah.
funny.
It's a lot of fun.
Yes. But yeah, like Gigan, maybe Space Godzilla, because like I'm really enjoying the Godzilla crossovers with Kong movies, but I can't help but feel that they're more centric towards Kong than they are with Godzilla. So I'm hoping this movie it might focus more on Godzilla as more the protagonist than King Kong. Well, let me rephrase that. Kong. That's just a maybe, but it's just I'm assuming it might be Space Godzilla because like since the last movie we had like the villain was kind of like a variation of like a skinny Kong. Like,
yeah, he wasn't in it as much, unfortunately.
right. He was more like a
He's not the
side
last
character. So I'm hoping that this is more focused on Godzilla.
Yeah, me too. But it's hard to say.
Yes, because it's in production, so it's going to be like what 2 years from now.
The release date I believe is March 26, 2027, according to the Wikipedia page.
Fooey.
Yeah, it's a long time to wait.
Well, we got stuff coming up. It's just, man.
Who knows? Maybe they'll change the title by the time it comes out.
Maybe. Here's hoping.
Not the first time Hollywood has done that.
Yeah, but this is like official. Like, whenever they have those weird titles, it's like more like a side or a placeholder.
Dude, Brave New World was New World Order before it came out.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. I take back what I said.
yeah. I'm sorry I had to you could fact check you like that.
Yeah, you could do that for all I care. I don't mind being wrong. I'll man up and admit I'm wrong.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But yeah, like in any case, I really enjoyed all the monster movies from Legendary so far. So
yeah, me too.
And the last one was just so much fun, man. I didn't expect to like it as much as I did. Like I knew it was gonna have fun, but man, I every time I watch it, it just puts a smile on my face,
Yeah, it's a really good one.
So, really good. Other than that, we did get some trailers of stuff that's coming up this year. One of them is they're releasing a movie called Predator Badlands, but along with that, they're releasing a cartoon anthology series on Hulu called Predator Killer of Killers.
You didn't tell me it was a cartoon, did you?
Yes, it was a 3D. Oh, let me a little more accurate. A 3D animated. Anthology series.
That's cool.
Yeah. Let me just get.
You have screen caps on that?
Yes, I do. Let me see. Oh, okay. There we go. It's going to be released on Hulu, and it's called Predator Killer of Killers, and it's going to be an anthology series. So here's some of the screen captures of it. So here's before I show you the screen capture, my speculation is going to be 3 episodes, and it's going to be based on 3 different time periods. So this is one of the time periods. If you can look, you see it's going to be kind of like the Vikings.
Right.
So and they're going to be fighting this Predator as the villain.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, big boy. So I wish I saw some notes on other people and what their names are, but he's just a big boy is all I could say.
Yeah.
And if you look, you notice the cloaking device looks a little more savage. You know, like the that was like the bright lights when he cloaks in and stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. Like honestly, like it kind of looks like lava or some sort of
Yeah, or
explosion. So
fire or stuff. But yeah, it's gonna be a predator like this behemoth predator fighting
that dude looks like
Vikings.
he has as many abs as Sagittar, though.
Yeah, pretty much. But the other thing is that he doesn't even have that much armor for himself to the cloak and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but that's one of the predators, and this is like another scene where the Vikings are be fighting underwater and stuff.
Oh, interesting.
So that's
Okay.
one time period, and this is the other time period that they're going to be fighting.
Ooh.
So, yeah, so he's going to be
Into
fighting
Japan?
feudal Japan. So like
Yeah.
he's going to be fighting like ninjas and as well as samurais if I can get a shot. So like that's the predator right there. So
Interesting.
he almost looks
helmet.
like Tuscador to a degree.
Yeah, or like some kind of like almost also like he also kind of almost looks like a drowsy or an elephant.
Yeah.
Drowsy the Pokemon.
Yeah, especially with the way they designed the mandibles.
Yeah.
So like, yep, and we got him. This is him gutting a samurai.
Damn. I don't think that's a samurai.
Well, whatever it is,
It's probably a ninja judging by the mask.
yep. So like that's another character, and like I like the shoulder. I'm assuming that's the shoulder cannon.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me too.
Yeah, and he's got like two of those blades. I'm guessing so.
Yeah.
So like
Probably.
and then there's like another shot, and this is him without the mask. So I'm guessing this is probably going to be the final fight with the main
Probably.
character, with the protagonist of this episode.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is looking cool. Like seeing like predators versus samurais. Come on, man.
Yeah.
So, and if I'm not mistaken, the next episode, this is the other time period, which I'm guessing is kind of like World War. I can't based on the planes.
Yeah.
And from what I'm seeing about this, I'm thinking that this is strictly that this episode, there's the Yautja or the predator right there.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that this episode is mostly going to be focusing on like a dogfight between the predator and all these planes. So like this is him doing the targeting system.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yep. I mean, yeah, that's all I got from it so far. But yeah, like I wish I grabbed some screen caps of it. But one of the weapons they created, like they made it like very primal, even as a spaceship, where he just threw like this anchor at him, and it had a chain to actually pull him out of the plane. And it was that's a projectile weapon. So
Jesus, that sounds very toyetic, to be honest.
Exactly. So who knows? Maybe
like Hasbro, Kenner, like, come on, get to cracking.
Yep.
Start making some toys.
Yep. So, but yeah, so I am so excited for this this anthology.
Yeah,
series.
that looks cool.
So, because like I can't get enough of Predators. Like I'm happy with ever since Prey came out that I feel like that they finally got their groove back on making high quality movies on my favorite property, which is the Predator. So
right,
because like the only one I would say I dislike was the Predator movie.
Was that the one with Adrian Brody?
I believe so.
Yeah. Okay.
And let's see. Let me just cut that out. So, and all right. So that's. But along with this is the movie that's coming out.
Right.
Oh wait. Hold on. Let's see. The movie that's coming out, and it's called Predator. So you can time it just right. Predator Badlands. I believe it's November.
Okay.
So the movie is called Predator Badlands, and there's some screen captures I caught that really made me go, huh. Like for starters, we got the gallery of hunted skulls.
Right.
And
obviously a T-Rex of some sort.
Yeah, a T-Rex of some sort. I don't know what this is. Like, I don't know what that
could be a woolly mammoth.
Yeah, probably. But I don't think they're going to be doing a crossover, but it's kind of nice as a nice nod that we actually see this skull from
Independence Day?
Yep, that's one of the aliens from Independence Day. So I doubt we'll see a
Yeah.
crossover, but I just think it's a nice little nod to other franchises they have, that this dude
Yeah.
is so badass that he even killed those aliens and they blew up the world, you know?
Yeah.
So like that's one, because you remember the Predator 2 movie when we saw a xenomorph skull? And
Yeah, that's right.
and
That
ever
was a
since
cool
then,
scene.
yeah. And ever since then, all we kept talking about was the possibility of AVP. So
Yeah, and I don't know about. I know most people don't seem to like them, but I like the first one at least.
I like them both, but I definitely like the first one a lot more than the second one.
The second one was the one with the predator dogs, right?
That's the movie called Predators that was produced by Robert Rodriguez.
Oh,
The one,
okay.
the AVP 2, that's the one where they fought like a predator alien hybrid called the Predalien.
Uh,
And it was just
I don't know.
one.
I might have to watch
Yeah,
it again.
and it's just one predator versus the Predalien, who had the ability to like I'm trying to remember, try to put my words on it, that he can like produce xenomorphs without the use of a face hugger.
Oh, I might have seen that one. I don't remember.
Yeah, but I
It's been a
enjoyed
while.
it. I'm not gonna defend it, but
Yeah.
I
No, you don't
personally,
need to. I
yes,
don't even remember
but yeah,
if I
but personally,
watched it.
yeah, but I did enjoy it. So there's some strange
Yeah.
chapters I picked up, like my favorite.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, because like when it comes to predators, like I just love the gear that they carry. Like,
Yeah.
so I'm guessing that's the spear. I'm assuming that's the med kit.
Okay.
So
I was thinking maybe it was the helmet, but it could be the med kit.
yeah,
Yeah.
so like maybe like we'll probably get a med kit scene where he does the whole, like that was, I remember, you know, like the thing is like, seriously, I really enjoyed the Predator films, and there was like certain scenes that I enjoyed, like the whole bit where he's like fixing his wounds with a med kit of sorts, and
Yeah.
it was just so savage the way he took care of himself and stuff. So, and the weapons he's got. So, and let's see, and then this is one of the things that's uh interesting, was that I'm assuming that the human that's going to be in the movie, that it
Uh-huh.
might be an android of some sort.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like nothing is like normal, and that's something I'm excited for. So,
Yeah.
and let's see. Oh, and this is, I'm assuming that this is one of going to be, because let me rephrase. Here's the story. Again, it's vague, but the whole story of Predator Badlands is it's going to be focusing on a Yautja predator as the protagonist of this film, and this film is mostly going to be focusing on the predator homeworld, which is Yautja Prime.
Okay.
And
Right.
so this is the first movie, like out of all the movies we've got from Predator, that this is the first one that's actually going to expand on the lore of the Yautja culture, which is
Yeah.
so. So I'm guessing that this character, he's going to be kind of like the villain that's hunting down the protagonist predator, which his name is Deck, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. The good guy predator, his name is Deck, and I don't know what the name of this guy is, but if you look at him, like, let's see, if you look at the shot, he's got like white
Yeah.
dreads
Got
and
the
stuff.
white.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he's got like the bones and armor. So I'm guessing he's the villain that's hunting down Deck.
Yeah.
So, and this is some of the weapons we're getting. Like, it's like lightsabers, but not.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of the heat saber off the
Mm.
goof from Gundam.
Oh right, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
one of my favorite Gundams. My favorite villain
Mobile
mechs.
suits.
Yeah, mobile
Yeah.
suits. Yeah, the Goof.
This is no Zaku boy.
Yep,
No
yep,
Zaku.
exactly. But yeah, going back. So they're just trying, like, they're expanding the lore, the tech, and the weapons. And this is the face of Deck. And
Yeah.
so here's, okay, I'm gonna point out all the stuff that I'm liking about this new design. The First off, a lot of controversy has been coming up, is that because like ever since whenever they produce like the face of a predator, they mostly
Mhm.
use like uh, they actually use like makeup and special, like, yeah,
Prosthetics.
prosthetics to
Yeah.
create the predator. So like this is the second time they're using CG to make the face of the Predator.
Oh, okay.
Because like the last one they did, it was with Prey,
Yeah.
and as much as I like that Predator design, it just didn't look like the way I remember a Yautja to look like from the other older films. So, here's the positives I like is that I like that they kept the mandibles like the way, because like my biggest problem with the newer the later Predator films, aside from Prey, is that they look, the way the mandibles are designed, they kind of made them not, I won't say humanoid, but more like relatable, because like they actually get like teeth, and they focus more on the mouth region than the mandibles, because like the way they did, let me describe it, like the way the mandibles were designed in newer Predator films, aside from 1 and 2, is that the mandibles are like more on the side, like right here, and then they focus more in the mouth area so that it looked more relatable, because you can acknowledge that it's a face. But what I loved about the older films was the mandibles like more like inward, like more covering the mouth, almost making them look like a crab of some sorts.
That's what I was just thinking.
Yeah. So, and I like that design because it makes them look more alien in design.
Yeah.
So that's something I've noticed with this. Granted, I don't have a screen capture of it, but that's something I noticed with this Predator, is that the mandibles are like more inward.
Yeah.
So the other thing is like a lot of people there's a lot of comments about that they're using CG to create this face, and I feel they made the right choice to make it CG, because since it's going to be a Predator we're going to be like dealing with throughout the entire movie, that we want to see more emotional expressions that they can create. And since, because when it comes to the older films, as much as I love the effects they created at the time, they use those shots sparingly. So like if we're gonna see this character more like throughout the entire film, I think it was the right choice to create it, to make it using CG. And this is just a minor thing, but a lot of people are complaining about when it comes to the design, is that I agree to some cases, because like if you look at right here, this looks a little too humanoid. And because like if you ever seen what a Predator Yautja looked like, he had like more rounder head, like a crest almost in this area, which is what it would be right here. So, but regardless, I'm happy for what we're getting. So, and I'm excited for this film. So, it's done by the guys who did Prey, and Prey is like chef's kiss as far as Predator films are concerned.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, it looks interesting. So
yes. So I am so excited for this film. So like totally going to be talking about it in the channel when we get a chance.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited for this film. And so and the last thing I want to talk about as far as TV and shows are concerned, and movies are concerned, is Victor also got my attention on this thing, which is let's see, wait, hold on a second. Gotta put it in the beginning. So feel free to chime in on this. So we got the trailer for season 2 of Peacemaker, and I picked this screen capture because it's actually they're pretty much just pointing out that this is part of James Gunn's new universe of DC films, which is both live action and animation. So, and this is one of the shots of the. Do we have a name? Are they the Justice League?
Oh well, it's Hawkgirl and
Green Lantern.
Gardner. So I'm gonna assume it is
right, but
I'm not sure who Sean Gunn is though. He might be Maxwell Lord for all I know.
Right, Sean Gunn. Is James Gunn's brother or?
Yeah, that's his brother.
Yep. So.
Not the first time a director has had their brother in a film.
Yep, he's set for life as far as jobs are concerned. but yeah. But anyways,
him and Ted Raimi.
Joxer the Mighty.
That's right.
But anyways, this is our first look of of this new of James Gunn's Justice League, it like where we actually get to hear them talk and stuff. So
Yeah.
and already like I'm loving Guy Gardner. Like
Yeah.
let me make this clear. I'm not a Guy Gardner fan, but I am a Nathan. Oh, is that his name? Nathan Fillion.
Nathan Fillion.
Yep, Nathan Fillion.
Yes.
I'm a Nathan Fillion fan. So I look. I've said this once. I said it 1,000 times. I look forward to hating Guy Gardner because like Nathan Fillion is, he's such a talented actor that I know he's going to make me love hating him. So
Yeah. It's funny because like you're not a fan of Guy Gardner,
yes,
but I am a fan of Guy Gardner.
So
I like Guy Gardner. I like to not like him also.
yeah, exactly.
He can be a dick.
Yep.
He can be a dick. And seeing Nathan Fillion in action as Guy Gardner in this teaser,
Yes.
I have a better understanding of what he's going to be like in the movie.
Yeah, I felt it was the best
and I
screen
love
catcher.
it.
Yeah.
I love it. Like, I have high hopes for Nathan Fillion in the Superman movie.
Right.
From just seeing this,
And
So yeah, I got a good feeling.
And I gotta hand it to James Gunn that he's gutsy enough to make the Mo haircut version of Guy Gardner.
That bowl cut. Yeah. I mean, I think that's the only thing I still don't like about this portrayal of Guy Gardner. It's just the haircut. But I could live with it because it is comic accurate, if not.
True.
Even though, despite the fact that it's not modern day accurate, it is comic accurate.
Right.
Because now he has more like a kind of like a crew cut sort of thing. That bowl haircut is gone.
I think I felt it was the right choice to use his haircut because automatically people are hating him. So that's the intent. I'm like either they're disliking him the way I dislike him, or they're just flat out disliking him. So
it's controversial, dare I say.
Right, but like the people who like it, it seems like they're not against people hating it. They're just saying, yeah, you're supposed to hate it. Like,
yeah,
it's classic wrestling psychology.
Yeah.
And then not only that, we get the other actress playing Hawkgirl.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Oh, it didn't dawn on me. Now we're getting a better look at this logo on their chest. I'm guessing that's I'm guessing that's meant to be Justice League.
I just noticed that.
Yeah.
Hey, does Guy have that also?
Let me check. Yep.
It's okay. I was wondering what that was too.
I thought it was like an arrow of some sort.
I thought it maybe was like a Green Lantern sort of thing.
Right. So so I guess they are the Justice League if that's the logo.
Yeah.
So if I'm not mistaken with this actress, she was in this is not her first experience with playing a superhero. If I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
I don't know which character she played, but I believe she the last movie she was in was Madam Web.
Oh.
And she played one of the spider ladies in Madam Web.
Are you sure about that?
I believe so, because that's something everyone comments on. So let me double check. Let's see. Superman Hawkgirl.
No, that's the wrong one.
Yeah. I thought you knew this.
No.
Her name is Isabella Merstead.
What? Spell it.
Oh God, I'm looking at a picture. Isabella, MER MERCED. Merced.
Merced?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, she was in Madam Web. She was also in Romulus.
Who the hell was she on Madam? She wasn't one of the Spider Ladies. There's no way.
Yep.
Was she?
She's probably, let's see, she was Anya Corazon.
She was. Oh, you know what? Madam Web is a terrible movie.
Right. So the reason,
Like,
that's
somewhat forgettable.
exactly.
So yeah,
So this is definitely an upgrade for her.
yeah, for sure. I mean, it would have been nice if she stayed with Marvel, but I'm not going to complain.
Right. So, but yeah, aside from other cameos, this is the one I captured. This one because
Rick Flag Senior.
yeah, Rick Flag Senior. He's also the voice of Rick Flag Senior from the Creature Commandos, and
Yeah,
and that's the
He's
voice
also
actor who played Rick Flag Senior.
Yeah, he's also Crossbones.
Right, from Marvel.
Captain America,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, so the reason why I bring this up because like this is actually showing proof of that they're connecting this with the Creature Commandos cartoon.
Yeah. That much I already knew.
Yep. So and the thing is, I just want to bring this up. Like for some reason, Frank Grillo's starting to become one of my guys. You know, so like he has like a list of actors that for some reason I just end up liking them because they're based on the movies they show up in and. And Frank Grillo is kind of like that guy. Like for a while, it used to be Carl Urban. Not to say I stopped, but it's just like Carl Urban is like another guy. Like for some reason, I end up seeing him in films that just make me like the guy, and that's what I'm starting to get with Frank Grillo.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. I mean, Carl Urban's been around for a while.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm just using him as an example. So.
Right.
Like Frank Grillo is like, okay.
You know what?
So here's the reason. I'll tell you flat out the reason why I like Frank Grillo. he started Skyline. There's this. Okay, let me take a few steps back. There's this movie series. There's this movie series called. There was this movie a while ago. It's called Skyline, and it was a bad. Well, I don't want to say it was a bad film. It was just it bombed in the box office because it was just another alien invasion film. Okay. But for some reason, I just stuck with it. I mean, I enjoyed watching it, and the ending, and just like any other movie that like it didn't really end. It just kept going. Like they gave you an ending that didn't feel like an ending, but like it was just trying to like cash in to get a sequel. And so for some reason, like when they made the sequel, it went straight to Netflix. and not just anything, but it had a complete tonal shift where, because like the first film was more like an alien invasion film. The second film was more like an action film.
Okay.
And where they just brought a new cast of characters, where they killed off the original cast and they brought in a new cast. And one of the new cast members, the protagonist, was Frank Grillo. And for some reason, I just kind of grew to have a fondness for him because like he literally saved this film franchise.
Hey, go back to the picture of Hawk Girl.
Yes. So, yep.
Okay. Yeah, it's that angle and like the hair.
Right.
Is what makes her look sort of different than when she was on Madam Web.
Of course. Yeah. Plus
it's kind of dark.
Yep. Yeah, but that's why I wanted to bring it up. So to point it out that she literally got a raise.
She got a good upgrade.
Yep, definitely upgrade. Yeah. She what do you call it? She didn't get typecast for a crappy movie.
Well, I mean, she's still playing a superhero, so.
Yep. But a good film, hopefully.
Yeah.
So here's this is just for me, this is just for me, but I captured this screen because when I saw it, I was like, Tim Meadows? Like,
oh yeah, huh? How about that?
Yep, yeah, it's Tim Meadows. Like, and the reason why I bring it up is like I remember his era in SNL, and like ever since he got like,
oh yeah,
like he was in SNL, and
yeah, for some reason I was thinking he was on In Living Color, but no,
right.
You're right.
But yeah, he was in SNL, and he was kind of like he was the original like longest running cast member until Kenan Thompson took his crown. But
overall longest running cast member?
Like before Kenan Thompson, he was known as he was known as the longest running SNL cast member.
Right.
And ever since he left SNL, like no offense, but it's just I haven't seen him do he hasn't really done anything. I'm
He's done some shows. He was the stepdad on. Was it the
but like
stepdad?
small roles from my
He
memory.
was like on Son of Zorn.
Yeah, exactly. I remember him like that's the thing. Like I remember him from Son of Zorn, but like between SNL and Son of Zorn, that's like what 10 years at least. So,
I don't know. I know he's done other stuff.
right, but the point I'm trying to make is I've only seen him in like small things. So like when I saw him here, I was like, wow, like good to see he's still working.
Yeah.
So so that's just me personally. So but here's another screen capture I put up was
Vigilante
yeah,
coming
Vigilante.
back.
Yeah. So here's my like I want to be clear with this. I never saw season 1 of Peacemaker because I didn't have access to the streaming
Okay.
service.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
no offense, but I wasn't looking forward to it to some extent because like I actually do have a fondness for Vigilante from the DC
Oh,
comics.
then you're not gonna like this.
Exactly. So like that's kind of another reason why I didn't go on a limb to watch Peacemaker. So
Yeah.
for some reason, like I really enjoyed the comics I've read with Vigilante. So when I
Yeah.
saw the trailer of this interpretation, granted the costume looks great, but it's just
Yeah.
I just didn't like the interpretation of Vigilante. So
Yeah. I mean,
like they made like a
you might like the Flash version better.
I might.
Or was it Green Arrow? Either way, it was in that, CW verse.
Right. So, but yeah, like I'm not looking forward to seeing Vigilante in Peacemaker if I ever get a chance to watch it.
Yeah.
It's just the thing that breaks my heart is that the costume looks amazing. It to some extent it looks like Snake Eyes, like another
Yeah, I can see what you're saying.
yeah, it looks like Snake Eyes to me. So, but anyways, like I just wanted to bring that up just to like share, vent out my frustrations on
Sure.
on Vigilante. And then this is like the last screen capture. So, which is basically where they had Peacemaker, played by John Cena, that he entered some door and then he walked around. Yep, I can't see you. And for some reason he meets an alternate reality version of his
Well, how do
superhero
we know it's
persona.
an alternate reality
Oh,
version
okay.
of
Well,
himself?
I'm just using this to
Maybe it's a clone.
it,
Maybe it's a
it
doppelganger.
might be a clone, but here's okay. So here's another idea I'll throw out that maybe this is the I don't know the name of the character outside of his superhero persona, but
Yeah, I don't remember either.
yeah. So like this is just my guess. Is I'm thinking well, based on what I've seen from the clips of the show, it's like it deals with trauma and and like and like mental illness and like just personalities and stuff. So I'm guessing that this is Peacemaker having a like going through his mind and
Yeah, that's a possibility.
and that he ends up meeting a personification of the things he doesn't like about himself as Peacemaker.
Yeah.
So maybe this is kind of like a mental thing.
Yeah,
Like I don't know how
that's a
to get there,
possibility.
but maybe he just has a dream, or
Yeah.
he just has a moment where he's and like this is just what we see in his mind or something like that.
Or
So
maybe they encounter a psychic character.
right. Well, whatever interpretation, I just think this is more of a something that's occurring in his mind,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm inclined to believe that.
right? So
It seems more likely to me.
yes. So anyways, just based on what I showed you, what are your thoughts? I mean, you've seen the trailer, right?
No, yeah, I think it looks great.
Mm-hmm.
I love the first season. This looks like it's gonna be just as good.
Yeah, like again, like you can share your thoughts on what you think might happen and based on what you see in the trailer. I don't
I
mind being
mean,
spoiled. I want to be clear with that.
yeah, I mean, I feel like it's definitely gonna deal with a lot of like mental health issues and trauma. Because there's also the female character,
Yes.
James Gunn's real life wife.
Yep.
Um, she's going through some stuff in the trailer, which I'm going to assume you don't have any screen caps of her and what
No, I
she's going
don't.
through.
So
But you see her like picking a fight with some guy, and like she obviously has some sort of issues, and they're probably going to deal with that some more.
mm-hmm. Hmm.
I think it was severe toxic masculinity was
Yes,
the phrase that was
I
being
remember that.
thrown around.
Yep.
So yeah, so that's gonna be interesting to watch.
So
And yeah, this whole thing with the other Peacemaker could be a psychic manifestation, could be a clone. You know, it could be a number of things,
right,
but I feel like yeah, most likely it's gonna be like a whole, like like confronting himself and dealing with
with his personal
whatever
demons.
whatever. Yeah.
So, but yeah, so that's basically all the stuff I collected for this episode as far as TV shows and movies are concerned. But another thing we got are video games, and so and I wanted to bring up this video game, which is called, which is based on a movie. It's called RoboCop, and it's releasing. So here's what's happening. They're release the company that produced this video game called RoboCop Rogue City, which is really good. That
Okay.
they're releasing a DLC pack for like a side story,
Right.
and here's so it's called Unfinished Business. So here's the premise of it. Like, this is the best way I could describe this DLC. Is it on the details I've gathered, it kind of reminds me of the Dread movie with Carl Urban,
Okay.
where RoboCop has to enter this tower where all of the crooks are locked in with him, and he has
Right.
to deal with them. And I'm guessing that the crooks that they actually, which is this guy right here, like I can get a screen capture of his face, but the whole story is that I'm thinking he's using the tech from this tower to fight against the cops and RoboCop as well. It's like, and this is so. Let me just take a few steps back. The video game, the story of the video game is taking place between RoboCop 2 and RoboCop 3.
Okay.
So the let me see if I can get the screen catchers. Oh, and this is one of the protagonists that you're going to be talking with throughout the mission. And
Mm-hmm.
so they brought some old buddies like Ed 209. So I'm guessing this is going to be like a mini boss or or
Or
a
maybe a
main
regular
boss. Yep,
boss.
a regular
Yeah.
boss. And the thing is, they kind of brought up all these drones as well. This is like one of the new enemy AI.
Mm-hmm.
And let me see if I can get that screen catcher. So like this is just RoboCop interacting with the cops and stuff. But this is the thing that caught my eye, that some of the enemies, they're using jetpacks, and I'm guessing that's a reference from RoboCop 3. So
Yeah.
so I'm guessing this is kind of like a prototype of what RoboCop later gets in the third movie. So
That's a possibility.
so let me see a lot of screen catches. Oh, and this is the other interesting thing about this episode, this DLC mission, is that the villain of this DLC, he's actually a guy who dealt with Murphy before he became RoboCop.
Right.
So,
And that's Murphy there.
yep, that's Murphy there. So,
Yeah.
chances are, from a story narrative perspective of this video game, this DLC expansion, I'm guessing this is going to be another episode where he's going to be getting flashbacks of his old life as before he became a cyborg and stuff. So,
Right.
so the reason why I bring this up, because like I had a blast playing the RoboCop video game. I
Right.
would, as much as even though as campy as RoboCop 3 is, I actually like it, but I do acknowledge that it feels like a departure from 1 and 2. And
Right.
the RoboCop Rogue City video game, I kind of look at it, granted it's a video game, I kind of look at it as kind of like the spiritual third movie of a complete trilogy with 1 and 2, because like they made it feel more like the spirit of 1 and 2, and they brought in a lot of stuff to connect it all together. And
Okay.
I highly recommend you play the game, especially like the last thing you deal with in the video game. My mouth was open, like my mouth dropped. I was like, whoa, you're doing all this stuff. So yeah, so that's why I wanted to bring up this DLC, because like it's just another way for me to praise this video game. So
Right. And what systems is this on?
it's available for. Let's see. What system do you have? Because it might be available for your system. It's not available for Switch, but it's available for PlayStation and Xbox. And your model is PS4, right?
Yeah, I have a PS4.
Yes, it should be compatible for that.
Is it download only? Is there no physical copy?
Yeah, it's downloadable only, but you can get it really cheap if you wait for a sale. I bought it for like $15.
Oh, okay. But you also have an Xbox.
Right. So, but yeah, like it should be available for PlayStation. It's not an Xbox exclusive. I know that for sure.
Yeah, it would be nice if they had it on the Switch.
Yes.
I spend more time on my Switch than on my PS4.
I understand, but I don't think it's compatible for the Switch. So I mean, if it is, then you prove me wrong again. So
I mean, yeah.
So, anyways, that's another great game. So, but let me see. Oh, so I want to close this episode with just two other games. Like, I can't help but feel that this is, as far as video games are concerned, this is the year of the ninja. And
okay, before you go any further, dude, it's. What do you have? An Xbox X series?
I have I used to own an what do you call it? Xbox One, but now I have the new one, the Xbox Series X.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. It's available for that and the PS5, so there's no way I can play it.
It's not available for PS4? Bummer.
No, I just looked it up.
Sorry, dude.
Yeah, it's all good.
But yeah, like if you ever upgrade, I highly recommend it. So
yeah, and according to this Wikipedia article, it's due to release on the 17th of July. So that's what, 2 months away?
Yes. So
2 months ish.
Oh, by the way,
all right. What about these other games?
All right, so I'll plow them real quick because we're almost out of time. So yeah, again, I think we're in the year of the ninja. So
every year is the year of the ninja.
Yes,
come on now.
Right, but okay. Well, let me phrase it like this: every year is a year of the ninja, but they're always hiding. But this is the time when they're actually decided to reveal themselves for the kill.
Yeah.
Wink. So, and one of the games that's out there is like, because we're getting not one but 3 Ninja Gaiden video games.
Okay.
Yeah, like first we started off with they did a remake of Ninja Gaiden Black, which was like an older. It was like a system. Like it's a good game from what I remember. And now they're making a new Ninja Gaiden 4, which is a 3D version, but that's down the road. But while we're waiting for that version, we're getting a 2D version of Ninja Gaiden.
Oh, okay.
And it's called Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. And this is not the first trailer they released, but this is a trailer where they expanded on the playable characters you can have. Like, first off, it's the main character you're playing with is not Ryu Hayabusa. It's this new guy.
Okay.
And I don't remember his name, so I apologize for that. But the thing is, not only you get to play this new ninja, which is this guy in blue, you get to play.
Looks like Strider.
Yep, he does, doesn't he? And you also get to play this new character named Kumori.
Oh, okay. I thought that was what's her face from DOA.
Ayane?
Because it's the same. I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it's not her. Again, this is like completely new material. So, and this is a better picture of her. So she looks nothing like Ayane. So,
well, yeah.
Aside from the purple,
the first picture is what. Yeah.
But yeah,
and that spider on her back.
Yep. So from what I'm getting, I'm just took some screen captures of the gameplay. So I'm guessing this is like one of her jump attacks. It's a crescent moon thing, and her other thing is that she has a spider teleport, where she creates a spider. Either I don't know, is it like a smoke effect that's shaped like a spider. So and then she'll like do some like dashing and stuff. So here's another picture of her doing the crescent moon attack, and so now they showed this. Now here's kind of like a story cutscene where they explain what how she interacts with this new character, and the whole idea is that they merge into one. And
Oh.
the premise is she'll appear as like a spirit behind him,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm trying to see if I can get a good screen capture. It's like where she actually like appears behind him while he's doing certain moves, and if you catch it, like there are moments where he does like attack. That's an actual attack, and when he does his attack, it follows up with a spirit attack of her.
Right.
So I I don't my notes are still off, but it's just this is one of their attacks, and then later on there's other moments where you have to leave them behind right here, and she takes over.
Right.
So let's see. So like, and I think this is like one of their special moves where the like a finishing attack where they're fighting a boss, where she comes up and she like does like a lightning attack and stuff. So
Yeah.
one of the things I really like about this is that if you look at all the screen captures, let's see if I can just
Mm-hmm.
let me just go back to. Okay, so like if you look at some of the screen captures, it's all they're capturing the spirit of 16-bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks a lot like, because it kind of reminds me of like Symphony of the Night, or like, well, yeah, most games, because like there's also like this regular Lotus War game,
Right.
That's very much like a Castlevania,
Yep.
Metroid sort of thing.
Yeah, it's on my list.
And that's a very good game, by the way.
Yeah.
I haven't finished it, but I have it. It's very good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to
this
playing
definitely
it.
has shades of that.
Yes, yes. So, yeah, so this is just a game. And so, yeah, it's a great game.
Looks cool.
Yep.
And it's for the PS4, so I can play it.
Good. I'm happy for you. Like, so that's one game that I wanted to bring up, and then the other game is that, well, during the time of the Sega Genesis, one of my all-time favorite games was Return of Shinobi, and I have yet to play.
The new Shinobi?
Yep, Return of Shinobi.
Yeah.
I think that was like the third one they created for the Genesis system.
Okay.
First one was Revenge of Shinobi. The second one was Shadow Dancer, which is it's a side story, but it kind of is part of the Shinobi series. And then
with a name like that, I figured it was a side story.
Right. And then the third game they made was Return of Shinobi. So, and that literally is my favorite ninja game ever. And so the thing that just makes my heart sing is that they're releasing a new Shinobi game based on the return of the way it's almost kind of like a spiritual successor to Return of Shinobi, because it's first off it's a 2D, and if you take a good, I know these not the best screen captures, but it's HD 2D side scrolling. So
yeah,
and like where they just really just made high quality. These are, so for anyone who's interested, these are the guys who are producing this game. They also did Streets of Rage 4, and I believe the Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. So yeah, the guys who did Streets of Rage 4 and Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, they're producing this game. So and that's
because I think I saw one of the names for Ninja Gaiden.
Yep. So it might be those guys involved in this game too. So like the guys who are making this game, it's in good hands. So So like I am so excited for this. So, and it based on the game footage I've seen, it reminds me so much of Return of Shinobi. So So like, and this is one of the moves they did. Like, see, that's.
I think it's the same outfit too.
Yes,
right?
it is. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like it's like a love letter to Return of Shinobi from my perspective. And this is like one of the new moves they added where you become a black shadow and you like just run by.
It looks like it just kind of like sliced right through.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
That is so awesome, man. And this is the new. I'm guessing there's a new side mission you do where you get to ride a wolf. So that
looks cool.
Oh yeah, like the graphics, man. Like these
are very like high detail.
Yes,
like,
and this
almost like cell art.
I totally agree. where it's just really good. It's almost like an animation when you look at it to some
Yeah.
extent. And this is like one of my favorite shots where, because like if you remember those 2D games we played when we were kids, that the coolest thing you could do in that game was an area effect attack where it just takes out everybody with high damage. So this is a clip of damn, I forgot Joe. I forgot his name. I think it's Joe something.
I don't remember.
I know it's Joe. I think Joe Musashi, maybe. I don't know. But anyways, the main protagonist of the game. This is the first shot I've seen where they showed him do that area effect move, where the bomb. I guess we call it the bomb attack, where he does a move that just takes out all the enemies with a lot of damage. And so first off, it starts off with him doing like just going Super Saiyajin with his aura, and then this is I forgot to show, because like you remember, like I think this is supposed to be a reference to this fire attack where he summons all these spires of dragons made of fire, and they spin around like a tornado and just like cover the screen. This version, I'm guessing this is their version of that move, but they made it more cinematic, where it starts off like this, right? And then all of a sudden you see his hand touching the ground.
Wow.
And
that's pretty cool.
I'm guessing this is like the symbol of his attack. And then after that, look at that, man.
Jesus Christ.
I know.
Dude, this definitely looks like it's more of an animation than a video game.
Yeah. Yeah, so like it's coming out August, man.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, I hope it's compatible for your systems, but for me,
what's it coming out for?
Let me see. There's right there. Switch.
Switch.
Yeah.
Perfect.
There you go.
I'll get it on my Switch.
So,
but also for the PS4, which I have.
Yep.
But,
so I don't know.
I'll get it on my Switch.
I don't know, man. I think this might be a day one buy for me. For me, because I'm such a Shinobi fan. So.
Yeah. Not to knock Shinobi, but I've always been more of a Ninja Gaiden guy myself.
Of course. Yeah, but for me, I've always been I'm the exact opposite. So.
Yeah. I mean, they're both good games.
Yes. It's ninjas. What's there not to like?
Yeah, you can't go wrong.
Exactly.
No matter what, it's win-win.
Yep. So yeah, these ninjas. They've been hiding in the shadows, waiting to strike, man.
Yeah, I guess 2025 is that year.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Man. So, but yeah, I am so excited for this game. Like, I can't tell you how much this game is making me smile. So.
Yeah, this looks really cool. Like, I might have to look into getting it.
Mm-hmm.
But on that note, I think we're going to have to call it quits because we're running out of time.
Yes.
We're at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So, everyone, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Be excellent to each other, and watch out for those ninjas.
Yep.
Bye.